Hello viewers, welcome to this session. I am going to talk about Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats. Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats is a famous poem in English literature. This is one of the most anthologized poems of John Keats in English language and English literature. John Keats thought and said, the sweetest songs are those, or our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. There is a popular line of John Keats on the lips of everybody across the world. This is, life, beauty is a joy forever. Beauty is a thing which gives joy forever. This great romantic poet was born on 31st October 1795 at Moorgate, city of London, United Kingdom or England. John Keats died on 23rd February 1821 in Rome, Italy, at the age of only 25 years. John Keats lived only for 25 years, a very short span of life. But during this short span of life, he got immortality and eternity by dint of his immortal poems. It applies to John Keats, which Ben Jonson writes, in a small proportion we just beauty see, and in a small measure life may perfect be. John Keats lived only for 25 years, but his life is perfect. John Keats belonged to the younger generation of romantic poets, which include John Keats, Lord Byron and P.B. Shelley. Whereas S.T. Coleridge and William Wordsworth belong to earlier generation or older generation of romantic poetry in England. John Keats got education John Keats got education at Guy's Hospital, GKT School of Medical Education in England. John Keats influenced was influenced, John Keats was deeply influenced by John Milton, Edmund Spenser, Virgil, William Hazlitt, among others. His influence can be traced out and seen on Alfred Lord Tennyson and the pro-Raphaelite poets, among others. John Keats fell in love with a neighbor who was 18-year-old named Fanny Brown. John Keats penned many poems in a single year. He wrote sonnets, odes, and epics. All his greatest poetry was composed in a single year, 1819. He composed Lamia, a very romantic poem, The Eve of St. Agnes, which deals with the love of Madeline and Porphyro. It's a very romantic poem, sensuous poem, most sensuous poem in English literature. He composed some odes such as Ode on Indolence, Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode to Psyche, to a Nightingale, on Melancholy, and to Autumn. He composed some epics which remained incomplete, such as Hyperion. Now, after talking about the poet, let me talk about the present poem, that is Ode to a Nightingale. Ode to a Nightingale opens with a sense of inertia and physical apathy. It is as if happiness had acted like an opiate on the sense of the poet. It has virtually made him oblivious of everything. Ode to a Nightingale depicts surfeit of happiness. However, this happiness is not felt in terms of the poet's own experience. It flows from the ecstatic song of the nightingale as she sings in the greenery of the branches overhead. It is said that John Keats composed this poem in a garden. John Keats wrote this poem either in the garden of the Spaniard in Hampstead, London, or according to Keats' friend Charles Armitage Brown, under a plum tree in the garden of Keats' house at Wentworth Place, also in Hampstead. According to Brown, a nightingale has built its nest near the house that he shared with Keats in the spring of 1819. Inspired by the word song, Keats composed the poem in one day. It soon becomes one of his 1819 odes and was first published in Annals of the Fine Arts next July. It is one of the most frequently anthologized in the English language. The poem occasions the death of his friend Tom Keats. The song of the nightingale continues before the poet. The natural habituation on the word, which is full of sunburnt mirth. He is therefore transported to the warm and pleasant land. The nightingale no longer remains a simple singing word. It becomes the symbol of warmth and fair weather of nature in her color and fragrance. He drinks deep in the pleasure climate of nature. The poet displays his longing to identify himself with the word which he now which has now become the symbol of carefree happiness. In the death of his younger brother, Tom Keats, the poet has realized that life in this world is charged with sorrow, suffering. The memory is green, and yet he frees himself from the shackles of hard realities. He joins the nightingale in the atmosphere which abounds in carefree happiness. Finally, finding that wine is not adequate to sustain the mood of happiness, he prefers to fly on the wings of poesy with the help of music of words and the poet's spell that they weave. In such moment of supreme enjoyment, the pain of his life gives place to the happy oblivion of death. But the word death brings him back to the world of hard reality. His vision is melted into air. He gets the painful realization that art is not life and the artistic experience has limit. The ode is one of the 6 or 8 among his poems, so unique and perfect in style that it is hard to see how any experience should have improved them. To conclude, Ode to a Nightingale is one of the best poems of John Keats. Thanks for watching.